Hi everybody, this is Tim at Comic Carnival. I am here with the original owner of Comic Carnival, Mark Hylton. I'm also here with Tom Beeler, the original Ramone, if you can believe it. If you guys remember calling into the hotline, Ramone would be the guy that would put on the little skits for you. Amazing. Guys, they're here because Stuart Sayger is doing his Kickstarter.
I cannot believe this. 50 years of secrecy thrown away?
It's exactly right. Yeah, exactly right.
We were so successful since, 1990 that we protected Ramone's identity.
Yep, I just blew it.
You did. It was incredible. My favorite was somebody was talking to Mike on the camera, and he said, "I think it's you. I know it's you." And you just stepped up and had the conversation. He said, "No, I think it's him." And he said, "I can hear it in his voice." And he said, "Yeah, you think that?" And the guy just went right by like a ship in the night.
It's amazing. So you guys are here supporting Stuart, and Mark, can you tell us a little bit about what made you pick Stuart up out of the garbage to become like your right hand man?
I was sitting in the back room, and Mike was up on the counter.
Your nephew,
And
Mark Hylton.
he resume picture
It says Kickstarter.
clipped to the resume. And Stuart was 11, 12 years old.
13. Yeah. Immature to 10 years old, that's for sure.
Shiver in the dark.
I don't even have to look at this guy.
I'm going to have Stuart help.
He's done a resume at that age.
You're going to be able to.
Did you do that yourself, Stuart, or did your father make you do it, your mom?
To be honest, my mom had the idea. I was like, well, I thought about trying to get a job at the Comic Carnival. How do you do that? Well, you got to ask. You got to ask Brian. And I knew how to type on a manual. Nobody had a computer. And what do you put on a resume? People I babysat for, people on my paper route, somebody who was an adult that wasn't a family member could say he doesn't screw up too much. And you told me that story, but I believe it. And the funny thing was they already had somebody working for them. They didn't need a They needed to write.
And it turned out, even at 13, to keep up with the snark, the back room was capable of throwing like a pro.
Too bad.
Stuart came on board, and he'd be sitting there in the back room goofing off, drawing stick figures.
If you don't know Stuart,
Laboriously.
shows and interviews
The stick figures. Stuart, you better get a real job. And look,
And what do you think now? What do you think about his stuff now?
he's improved.
Well, I only had 40 years to get there. Yeah. But I remember, I remember you knew my dad a little bit, which was kind of nice.
Did business with you.
Yeah. And he knew you. And
He did some your antiques and lighting, stuff like that, right? Your father, yeah.
But my dad also, he liked art. So he would come in, he was an EC Comics fan, so he would. And I think, I don't know, but I've always kind of had the feeling you guys were sort of gravitated towards each other by virtue of both being self-employed. And to some extent, you both carried, used goods. He did antiques strictly, but you did old comics. There's not a lot of people who do that.
Your dad made 2 or 3 lamps.
is a signed by Stuart. The other covers. And so I'm going to walk you through. I'm actually not.
If you need the pieces, need someone to identify the thing. I've seen my dad get a lamp and said, "This is a great looking lamp." The problem is someone put it together backwards.
Anytime.
Yeah, doesn't look better.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that. They didn't know.
And Tom, do you remember Stuart from the early days of the Comics Carnival?
It's funny. Earlier today, Stuart was telling the story about when I blew into the back room for the first time when he was there. And invariably, every Thursday when we'd get the new books, I'd go in, I'd ask Mark, I'd ask Mike, okay, what is it that's new that we can thump and what should we thump? And so I'd sit back at Mark's desk and I'd labor over what's going on. And every now and then, the theme would vary from week to week. I had recurring characters. But the first time I go back, Stuart's back there. And this new kid. Stuart told the story. You tell it better than I.
I remember, so Tom's a big Flash fan, and this is like 1986, and there's Marvel, and a little more Marvel.
Yeah, is that Trial of the Flash? Trial of the Flash times, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're making small talk, and this was like round 15 for me of people telling me that, you know, you're supposed to be a Marvel fan, particularly when I was young, and I was a DC guy. And I remember you were making small talk with me, looking over your shoulder while you're writing this, and you said, what do you like? And I said, I like Batman, and I don't know, you asked me, do you like Gene Colan? And I think maybe Gene was doing it. Yeah, but I really like old Batman, you wrote like Infantino, and you said, a Marvel or DC guy? And I said, I'm a DC guy, and I prepared myself because I knew that was the wrong answer at the time, it always was. And Tom, looking over his shoulder, says, good man. And that was it.
Everybody was, you know, Jim Shooter, and it was all about the X-Men in those days. So to have anybody kind of throw back to, you know, the days of both the new look Batman and prior to that, to me was like, okay, I get this kid.
Well, that's what was fun for me, because most of the work I did for you, for Mark, was always his back issues, which is where I wanted to be anyway. And I knew old comics, I was more attracted to the old comics, and so it was just kind of a match made in heaven. But I learned a lot. I already came in with the disposition for it. I learned a lot.
Well, I was always amazed, Tom, in the memory, the song, he just sits there and reels out his shtick that's maybe on the monophone.
I stole from everybody. It was really fun.
It was. I totally agree. We've put some of them on our podcast, and they're funny and they hold up. Yeah.
I am always jazzed, though, that you guys will throw those old recordings back because part of me for a while was going, whatever happened to them? I think I saved some of them, and they're on cassettes lying in piles of something.
Ours are in similar condition on cassettes.
So what you don't know about, you couldn't do it one time. And Mike came back and said to me, he said, you got to do this. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And so Matt Fisher was working with us. And I said, all right, we're going to do this. And so we had to have something.
Does it still exist?
I think so.
Cool.
Somewhere. But so you'll like this. In sort of the spirit that you set up to these, it was what has happened to Ramone? What's the mystery? What are the clues? So we were combing through, you know, the leftovers of the cave or whatever. It was like, oh, look, here's a Flash 227 featuring the Weather Wizard. That's not a clue. And it was really...
That's funny.
I heard you do so many. I was like, don't be you, just be Ramone. It'll work just fine.
It was an interesting time because Mark had connected me with Gary Colomano in Chicago, and I was actually doing it for Gary for a while too, and doing the logistics of setting up a Chicago area hotline was a bit.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, it was a bit of a
Yeah.
But,
How long were you doing that?
maybe 6 months, a year, or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, I mean, what I loved about this was just going in there, and I'm family, but I'm not. I know what's going on, but not really. But part of it was the culture of going there. I mean, what I loved about the Broderville store was the rack behind the counter would always have what, you know, there might be a theme. The guys would decide what they were there. So it would either be Scrooge McDuck or certain superhero books or whatever. And invariably, I think Mike would pick something out like Bill Battle, One Man Army. And Bill Battle rested up there for a good long period of time. I kept pushing for Devil Dinosaur, which was a Ramone favorite for some reason. But that was part of this culture that I always loved about it, and still love about the store now, is it's family, whether it's, you know, family that chooses to be family.
Yeah.
It's so much more interesting than family.
Many of our customers were fans.
Yeah.
This was home.
Yeah,
It was.
for
Okay,
sure.
so I have to ask something
Oh,
else.
it's okay, Louis.
I mean this. Let's put you on the spot. My favorite, and I suspect everybody's favorite recurring character outside of Ramone.
Oh yeah,
Methuselah Spit Shank! So I want you to do Methuselah Spit Shank, and before you do it, the gag here is he was the world's oldest comic collector, and every episode he died. And so this was recorded back in the furnace room, which had this big metal furnace so it would make all this noise, and there was a metal grate back there. And when Methuselah would die, you would let that metal grate hit that furnace.
And it'd sound like a gate coming down. It'd be like kaboom.
In fairness, I can't do it because my friend Brad Griffith would come in.
That's right.
And so it was always easy for Ramone to interview him to do this. and to kind of paint the picture of the high tech. Now,
Yeah.
the beauty of the digital era is you can sit there with a great mic and podcast all you want. And we had Mark find a cassette answering machine that could play a longer than 90-second playback, because invariably there'd be 6 or 8 books in those. And so we burned out, I think, 3 or 4 of them. But we'd be back there in this high-tech thing, and we're sitting on top of a filing cabinet back in the furnace room. And so it was almost like the guys out in the office.
You had to turn off the air
Stay
conditioning.
quiet, so
Yeah.
I could go back there, close the door, and get this thing done, hopefully in one take. But yeah, this was blessed times. We had great product. You know, it was during the Dark Knight era, and else started coming up. So there are all these ebbs and flows of some really cool times. But I was with some great talented.
I remember Brad very well. Yeah.
Good.
He was fun. You guys were riff on each other. He did stand-up comedy.
No, but you know the neat thing is we've known each other. I was an actor and Brad was an actor, and so it made it really easy for us to play our stuff. We were good friends. And so when it came down to recurring characters in the hotline, Methuselah Spitshank, and I think their name was Brad, so I'm not sure, but piecing all that together. Okay, we need to do an old guy who's the oldest comic. Oh, this is the best book I've ever seen, and then he'd start to die. So,
Did all of this in Ramone's commodious studio,
yeah.
like 10 square feet or something?
We have absolutely no idea whether
8 square feet of which were the actual heating unit, right?
most of it was producing temperature, but we have no idea whether it did anything for sales or not. It was
I
fun.
think we saw from the counter, in a week it'd have 300-400.
Yep, for sure.
It intrigued me anytime there was this question about who's a Ramone. And
Well, now you all know.
I truly, I'm not kidding. I cannot believe you added it. I really can't.
I'm not going to be able to run.
I'm sorry. We got to strike while the iron is hot. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for coming around,
By
Stuart.
the way, I have
Best
a
of luck.
Kickstarter campaign that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want the 20th anniversary of Shiver in the Dark, went live today.
Already funded?
We're at $10,946. We have a nice reward once we get to 16,000. We have 29 days to go. Can we get the extra 6,000?
I think that can happen, sure.
Yeah. Yep. And you can come into Comic Carnival. We've got a exclusive cover that you could win just by signing up for it. So
Not selling it, you can only win it.
there you go. Right. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you around the comic shop. Thanks, guys.
Be good.
Great to see you.